Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2. Sri Shuka said, the adversaries of the Blessed Ones, Pralamba, Baka, and other demons, Chanura, Whirlwind, and the mighty snake, with Mushtika, did on earth dwelling make. Arishta, Dvividha, of mighty force, the witch Putana, and Keshi the horse, the ass Dhenuka, and great potentates incarnate as rulers of vast estates. Bana the king, Bhoma the demon hight, who by their persecution put to flight the Yadus, by their firm allegiance tied, that were to Magad's dread monarch allied. The Yadus thus, afflicted with great pains, sought asylum in prosperous domains of Kuru, Panchala, Kekaya kings, Salvas, Vidarbhas in their wanderings, and with Nishadas, Videhas they stayed, and Koshalas who lent them willing aid. Some few were amenable to his will, and stayed his ordinances to fulfill. When Devaki's 6 babes to death were done by hand of Ugrasena's wicked son, a 7th fetus thereon took the room, and Vishnu's lustre entered in her womb. The primal emanation known to fame, and celebrated by Ananta's name, which supreme joy and pleasure did augment, with apprehensive anxiety blent. Even the Lord illustrious, sublime, the soul of all the universe divine, feared Kamsa for his Yadu clansmen's sake, and unto goddess Yogamaya spake. Proceed, goddess, to Nanda's Braja go, O blessed one, who benefits bestow. There cows and cowherds, decorated well, abide in peace, and there also doth dwell a wife of Vasudev, who thither came, known as the lovely Rohini by name. She at Nanda's cowherd settlement bides, from Kamsa's dread he others elsewhere hides. In Devaki's womb present doth remain my divine lustre, known by Shesha's name. With care let that fetus transplanted be, and placed within the womb of Rohini. Now by my emanated part shall be myself the son of pious Devaki, and you, O blessed goddess, take your birth from Nanda's wife and manifest on earth. Thereafter, stablished, O goddess divine, your votaries will worship at your shrine, and they will incense and articles bring, and with supplication make offering. And when they their desired boons express, you fulfill all their desires and bless. In divers regions men will temples found, and seeking boons your glory will resound, and supplicant will call upon your names, as Durga, Bhadrakali, best of dames, as Vijaya, Kumuda, Vaishnavi, Chandika, and Krishna and Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani named, Ishani, Sharada, Ambika famed. Since Rohini's son from the womb is drawn, of Devaki and of Rohini born, the people as Sankarshan will address, and since he brings the world great happiness, he as the lovely Rama will be known, and for his mighty and puissant renown, and since he is with sacred strength possessed, he will as Balabhadra be addressed. Thus, ordered by the illustrious one, she said, Om, so be it, thy will be done. She took the order and around him paced, and acted for its fulfilment with haste. And as bidden, to earth she made descent, and went to Nanda's cowherd settlement. When the fetus was drawn from Devaki and placed into the womb of Rohini by Yogamaya, all the people cried, "Ah me, poor Devaki has miscarried." Even the Lord illustrious sublime, the soul of all the universe divine, who grants to his devotees fearlessness, by his emanated part made ingress with all his potent powers unconfined into good Anaka Dundubi's mind. By bearing in his mind the refulgence, he like the sun of the illustrious one's radiance, he, like the sun, was difficult to view, and no creature of his mystery knew. Thereafter, for the universal weal, a tutor's emanation to reveal was transferred from the mind of Sura's son, and entered Devaki with benison. The soul and cause of all her grace increased, as the moon joyfully rises in the east. Now he, in whom the universe abides, within the womb of Devaki resides. In the Bhoja king's house she stood revealed, but was confined like a fire concealed, or like the one by Saraswati blessed, who keeps wisdom secure, unmanifest. Beholding her refulgence, Kamsa knew within her was the birthless Lord Vishnu. He saw her smiles irradiate the room, and recalled his inevitable doom, and cogitating to himself he said, "Never before has she such lustre shed. Therefore I deem for certain that Hari has entered in the womb of Devaki, and does by this deceptive trick contrive me of my life and fortune to deprive. If she, my sister, big with child I slay, the taint of sin could not be washed away, and fame and affluence and all I boast will be quite vanquished and forever lost. The wicked one who causes fear and dread, though living, is considered to be dead, since people, while he lives, curses bestow, and leaving his body to hell does go." Thus from the heinous deed Kamsa refrained, but enmity toward Hari maintained, and bided his time, anxious and forlorn, until the time that Hari would be born. While seated or reclining on his chair, while eating or while going here and there, he always thought of Hrishikesh with awe, and him in all and everywhere he saw. Brahma and Bhava and the sages wise with Narad and the gods came from the skies, and in chorus proffered their hymn in song to do his pleasure and his praise prolong. Deva uchu satyabratam satyaparam trisatyam satyasya yonim nihitam cha satye satyasya satyamrita satyanetram satyatmakam twang sharanam prapannah. The god said, "All hail of truthful vows, all hail to you, the truth, supreme and in three phases true. You are in truth and source of truth divine. Your eyes as truth and as righteousness shine. You are the truth of truth, the self of truth. In you we seek final refuge forsooth. From one foundation springs the primal tree, of which the fruits are two, the roots are three, the saps are four, the attributes are five, the states 6 that occasion doth contrive. Of bark 7 layers, of branches 8, 9 holes, 10 leaves, and sitting there sedate, 2 handsome birds conjoined in amity upon the primal universal tree. Thou art the cause from whence all this evolves, the stay, and into whom it all resolves. But those deluded by thy Maya see the show of extrinsic variety, not so the wise and learned devotee. You subsist in your self-dependent state, yet taking diverse forms you incarnate, whereby to all the world welfare you bring, to each immobile and each mobile thing, which to the good afford pleasure and charm, and only to the wicked causes harm. In you, O Ambujaksha, lotus-eyed, all creatures and all existence abide, and who in contemplation is absorbed, as one upon a ship who climbs aboard, which represent your feet, they straightway pass, as over a calf's hoof-print on the grass, and thus the wise, devoted, easily cross over this vast existential sea. Thus passing the irremediable way, O Lord, radiant as the God of day, beyond the vasty existential sea, they leave behind, in kindness and mercy, the same boat of their example and deed, and by your grace others may so proceed. O lotus-eyed, the proud who themselves ween, freed from all bondage, still have minds unclean, and even though they reach the lofty height, they must fall as your lotus feet they slight. Such, O Madhava, is not so for those who in your sure protective care repose. Since their efforts never unfruitful prove, they are bound to you with the cords of love, and if by obstacles they are misled, they trample on the impediment's head. You are, in your transcendent state supreme, the immeasurable existence serene, and with your manifested form appear to bring embodied beings great welfare. By Vedic rites and yoga practices, by contemplation and austerities, and by the acts of worship they pursue, mankind show their deep reverence for you. If your serene existence was not shown, then knowledge of your state would be unknown. But since knowledge of yourself you convey, which ignorance dispels and drives away, and by your attributes you are perceived, and thus your form divine may be conceived. Your name and form and birth and quality are not easy to conceive or see, since you are of the mind and speech witness, and are known by devotion and service. And by such devotion and service they hear and recount and contemplative pray. They sing of your auspicious worth and fame, recall your beauty, and recite your name. Their minds upon your lotus feet remain, and freedom from existence they attain. The fortune here, O Hari, is complete, since merely by the contact of your feet and your auspicious and wonderful birth you minish the great burden of the earth. Indeed, on earth and in the heavens too, the lotus, conch, club, discus signs we may view. O birthless one, you take birth for the sake of your own joy, and incarnation take. We cannot by reason your purpose learn, nor can we your transcendent state discern. For souls inured to birth and death here, you are the refuge and remove their fear. And as the fish and horse in days of yore, the turtle, man-lion, and the wild boar, the swan, and of royal princes the best, and a Vipra midst the gods manifest in all these forms to protect and uphold, you incarnate to bless the triple world. We pray you, O God, O Yadu chief, that you of earth's burden may bring relief. O blessed Mother of high sanctity, the Great One with his potent energy, the illustrious One himself doth deign, and biding in your womb he doth remain. To manifest himself as your own son, the Yadus will have a protector one. Fear of the Boja tyrant put away, for him the Lord hath determined to slay. Sri Shuka said, thus, having offered up their prayer sublime to the Supreme Being of form divine, the gods behind Brahma and Isha went back to their dwelling in the firmament. Thus ends Chapter 2 in Book 10 of the great and glorious Bhagavat Purana, the text beloved of swan-like saints, sung by the son of Vyasa.